Alright, so we're now going to look at an example of sum of cubes factoring. Now, the very first step that I always do whenever I'm factoring is I first look for my GCF, my greatest common factor. So if I'm looking at these two terms here that I'm given, my greatest common factor is going to be 3y. So I'm now going to pull out a 3y from both terms. Should always be your first step, no matter when you are always factoring. Look for your GCF. It'll make your life a lot easier later on because otherwise you'll forget to do it later. So we factor a 3y out of both terms, and this leaves me with 343x cubed plus 8y cubed. Now, this is when you got to notice, okay, inside my parentheses, there might be some things that are being cubed. So that's when I always say, what is really being cubed? What is the quantity inside parentheses that is really being cubed here? So I always just rewrite my parentheses inside. My 3y, if you don't mind, I'm just going to draw an arrow to the very bottom because I'm just not going to forget him later on in life. Well, if you checked in your calculator, 343, that is actually 7 cubed. So I know I'm going to have a 7, and x cubed means I'm really cubing x. 8 is really 2 cubed. We have y cubed, so we have y. So these are really what, in your formula for sum of cubes, would be your a and your b. That quantity inside parentheses, that is really what is being cubed to get you that value up here. Now, if you remember, your formula or mnemonic device to remember is SOAP when doing differences and sums of cubes. The very first part in your differences and sums of cubes, you will have your a, the same sign, so in this case it'll be plus, so same sign plus your b. Next you'll have a squared. Now we'll have the opposite sign for SOAP. Then we'll have a times b, and then we have always positive, so always plus your b squared. So now all I got to do is plug in my values that were a and b. So my first set of parentheses, I have 7x plus 2y. And now we have a squared, so we have to square 7 and the x. We have 49x squared. We're going to have minus a times b, so we have 7 times 2, so 14xy, and plus b squared, so we're going to have 2 squared and y squared, 4y squared. Alright, so then my final answer should have these factors as well as my original factor of 3y, so it'll look something like this. 3y, 7x plus 2y, 49x squared minus 14xy plus 4y squared. And there you go.